Hello everyone, welcome to Bharath.Insights. So this is most common question in my DM I usually get is most of the Power BI developers and who are coming to this data industry, people are wanted to know where they can start their career. Okay, which kind of a technical tool they wanted to learn. So this video basically clears your confusion, which technology you wanted to choose and what is the proper roadmap you need to follow. And I will be deep diving into the end-to-end strategies by the end of 2026, or if you put good amount of time you can able to crack your targeted job role. So this is your roadmap for 2026. Most of the people like Power BI Fabric, right? So what companies are expecting from a candidate or a developers in 2026? So I've seen a trend from the last few months. Companies are no longer hiring just a dashboard developers. Okay, so they need someone who understand the full data lifecycle. So there may be few set of people who are only experienced in dashboard development. There are few people only good with writing SQL queries and designing the databases. So when they are attending interviews, the hiring methodology is recently changed and the pattern is different. So they want a candidate to be expertise in multiple end-to-end full data lifecycle management. So this is what I have experienced in my previous interviews as well. So that's why I planned to make this video. So just to summarize, companies, they don't want a single tech stack. If you are a Power BI developer, no, so they are expecting much more from us. So if I can talk about a proper career path, okay, so we have from the last 2 years, every company is talking about Microsoft Fabric. And if I can tell, it's a 2 years old tool. And the Microsoft Power BI, we have this Microsoft Power BI from 2015. We already crossed 1 decade, like 10 years plus. Okay, so as everyone knows, Power BI is basically into the reporting, data visualization, which is purely on that focus. But now this Microsoft Fabric is developed by recently the Microsoft. They wanted to have an end-to-end architecture. Let's say you became a data analyst, you can do it, or data engineering activities or modeling analytics. Everything can be done in this one product called Microsoft Fabric. I could say it's a unified platform. All these data engineering, data scientists and data analytical terminologies, earlier we used to pay different tools, different licenses, a lot of cost is involved. So everything can be eliminated and it is kept in this Microsoft Fabric. So that is one of the reason most of the projects are now moving to and migrating to this Microsoft Fabric. Even the data modeling as well as semantic models are moving from Microsoft Power BI to this Microsoft Fabric environment as well. So that is one of the common thing every Power BI developer needs to understand. If you are a student, you can start with Microsoft Power BI, or if you are a developer with like 3+ years of an experience, and if you have good amount of knowledge in Power BI, and then it's your right time to switch to Microsoft Power BI. So in order to switch that, or in order to start your career, if you are a student in Microsoft Power BI, what are the things I need to learn? If I want to learn Microsoft Fabric, where can I start? What things I need to focus? So everything would be covered in this video. So if you're watching till this end, just hit a like button. I'm expecting at least 100 likes for this video. It will give me more and more motivation. And I'm also making a Fabric playlist as well. So stay tuned for those videos in my channel and subscribe. I believe you subscribe to my channel and watching it, so it gives me a lot of motivation. So let me move on. If I can talk about a proper roadmap for Microsoft Power BI. So if you want to become a Power BI developer, everything starts with Microsoft Excel. You should be good with Microsoft Excel, and that is a fundamental. And if you want to do and deal with the database, we will be writing a query. So basic SQL queries is also needed, and properly an understanding of this data, how exactly data is stored, data is clean, all those things. And firstly, you put good amount of time in understanding the fundamentals like Excel and SQL. These are the two tools which are very much important if you want to start your career with Power BI. And after this, step number 2, you would start, once Excel is done, you move on to the SQL. You in SQL, there are a lot of concepts, but most of the companies, at least expert, you are good with joins, aggregations, and window functions, stored procedure, view, CTs, all those things in the SQL. So SQL is very much important. If you need a specific video on SQL, just comment on this video SQL roadmap, so that I can make a specific video on SQL from where you can learn all these things. And the next so the step number 3 is a Power BI core, the 5 pillars. If you want a specific video, I can keep this in the cards. You can just check it out, that video. So basic Power Query editor, what kind of a transmissions once we pull the data into this Power BI, that is needed. After that, we will do the data modeling, connecting multiple tables together, and also we will be writing few of the DAX queries in the Power BI. After that, we will start working on the data visualization. Once the visualization is done, then we will be sharing all the reports to the stakeholders. So for that, you also need to be good with Power BI service. Okay. Once you feel that, let's say I have 3 years of experience and you are good with all these things, then you can try to move on to advanced Power BI concepts. Like most of the companies are now asking the default question. How can you improve the performance optimization of any particular report? So if you are in your project, if you get a chance, try to play with DAX Studio, Tabular Editor, Measure Killer, all those things in an advanced editor. And row level security, how familiar are you with sharing your reports to multiple stakeholders? Like are you good with data security, those kind of concepts, and the deployment principles, what guidelines you follow, and few real-time projects, they'll expect an end-to-end architecture. So this is very, very important if someone is starting their career in Microsoft Power BI. And if you are at 3 years of experience, if you don't have this advanced concept, then start grabbing this advanced knowledge in Power BI. Once you are familiar, let's say you have 5 years or 6 years of an experienced developer with Power BI, and if you feel you are good with all these concepts, the next step would be the Microsoft Fabric. Because the Microsoft Fabric, as I told you, it's a future data scope for all the companies, because Fabric is where all the future jobs are shifting. You could also see on LinkedIn, all the job portals, Fabric developer. We are hiring for a Microsoft Fabric developer as well. So it's needed. And for this, if you want to start a Microsoft Fabric, firstly focus on few of the fundamental, like a foundation concepts, which are nothing but focus on Lakehouse, how you can create a Lakehouse, and what do you mean by data warehouse, how can you create a data pipeline, and the most important concept is notebooks, how you can transform your data using a notebooks. So these are the foundation concepts. You can try to put your hands-on practice in the Microsoft Fabric. And once that is done, then you work on an end-to-end architecture project. Let's say how you can pull your data from one lake and data factory, how you can ingest your data, and Azure Synapse or real-time analytics. Basically, like your data is stored in a data delta tables in a Lakehouse. From there, the semantic models take from this Power BI connects using the data lake. From that, we will be generating all the instant insights. So if you want a real-time project and end-to-end use case, subscribe. I think I am starting my playlist in my channel. Share this video to a lot of your other working professionals, so that it will be helpful for them as well. So this is an important aspect from where I can learn. So you can go to the Microsoft Fabric documentation. It's an official website. I can keep that in a description of this video. Start all completing those modules. You'll get a lot of learning from there. And as if I can show you in an high level architecture view, so you have to be good with data factory, data engineering team, what basically data engineering team will do. You can also use that in Microsoft Fabric, and data science team also works on this Fabric environment, and you create a lot of data warehouses and real-time intelligence, real-time analytics, real-time streaming. And also Power BI is basically an independent tool before, but now it is integrated with this Fabric, and you have a lot of workloads. Everything is connected to this one lake. You have all the different departmental wise workspaces you can create, and you start working on your activities. So I can call this as a unified security and governance, an end-to-end Fabric architecture. So you have learned these things, but the most important, most of the people miss out is the project. So if you are a Power BI developer or a Fabric developer, the interviews, if you are start applying for jobs, they expect a project. So start working, building some real-time projects, take some small chunks of data and start pushing into Fabric, Lakehouse, warehouse transformation, then Power BI semantic model, then start working on end-to-end Power BI reporting. So if you are applying specifically for Power BI jobs, create projects related to Power BI. And then if you're applying this Power BI to Fabric, then start an end-to-end Fabric related project. So this is very, very important if you're applying for the jobs. So no companies are giving an opportunity just with an experience. So they wanted to have some project ideas. So nowadays the interviews pattern is also changed. So one of the round, apart from technical, they are hosting they are hosting another kind of a round which is data related challenges. So probably second round or third round they'll give you certain data set for you. So they will ask you to do this project in a Microsoft Fabric environment, what kind of transmissions you will be doing. All these things they are asking from a candidate to deep dive. And apart from that, even in Power BI, if you are in a Power BI developers, in Power BI also they are asking all these things, how you can transform your data visualization, everything, what DAX you use, how your data modeling is done in this Power BI. Everything is checked before you push for the managerial round or a technical hiring round. So these are called projects. Important, you may be facing a project related interview round down the line in coming months. Once the project is done, so you feel that yes, I'm good with project, the next step, the strategy or a roadmap for you, you try to build some portfolio from that projects and try to build your own branding. You can post everything in a LinkedIn or write down some Medium blogs or write down LinkedIn articles, and you can also participate in Microsoft Fabric user group. There are a lot of user groups. Start adding your contribution there, start showcasing your work there, so that it will be recognized by a lot of other people, and you can add that in your experience and a resume, so that recruiters or hiring managers will get better impact when they are taking your interviews. So you are done everything. The next step would be certification. Yeah, Bharat, I'm good with Power BI. Do I need to go through any certification? The answer is yes. So if you are a Power BI developer, let's say 3 years or 5 years or 1 year, try to give this PL 300 certification, which is a Power BI Data Analyst Associate. So the certification name is PL 300. And you say you are good with PL 300 or a Power BI developer, you already having it. What can I do next? The next certification, if you are going through this Fabric, is the DP 600, which is basically a Fabric Analytics Engineer Associate. This is basically focusing on Fabric analytical environment, everything. So that certificate we call it as a DP 600. So I'll be posting a lot of certificates, coupons, everything in my channel as well. So just stay tuned. And if you need, if you try to give me some active or engaging comments, I'll try to pick up few candidates in this video. And the next certification is a DP 700. If you are a core data engineer and you are transforming your career into this Fabric environment, so you can try to target this DP 700. And next, you are good with projects, portfolio, branding, everything is done. What could be the job strategy? Okay, so try to apply on LinkedIn, Naukri, post your articles on Fabric, and write down a lot of blogs and apply using a LinkedIn. I will also make one specific video how you can apply jobs through LinkedIn. If you want, just type in this video, make one job strategy video, so that I'll get better idea how many people are really expecting this job strategy related video using this Fabric environment. So nowadays the current market is very hype for Fabric developers because the demand is high, but the supply is less. So you can also open LinkedIn or a Naukri. You would see a lot of jobs available for Fabric developer. Even they are expecting from a candidate, are you familiar with Fabric? At least if you have done POC level of projects, the companies are, give you the better pay compared to a generalized Fabric Power BI developers. Okay. But in this duration or in this transition path, the most common mistakes most people do, the people usually only specialized with Power BI, they only stick to the Power BI environment. And while learning the Power BI, if they're not comfortable with SQL, so they'll ignore SQL and they'll do the transmissions, everything in the Power Query, and they don't focus more on SQL. So SQL is again an important, because when you come to this data engineering using Fabric, so you need this SQL. And you also need to good amount of experience to gain in Python, because you have to be write down some PySpark queries using notebooks in Fabric. So if you have good amount of time, learn Python using a PySpark. And another mistake, people just learn the things and they will leave as is, and they don't have any projects to showcase when they are about to reach to the recruiter. So the projects are very much important. Another thing, they don't maintain the consistency. So the consistency is very, very needed. You can spend good amount of time, let's say 1 hour for practice and 1 hour for hands-on, 1 hour for learning, 1 hour for hands-on practice. So that is needed. So try to avoid these mistakes. And the final roadmap, if I can summarize, you start with Excel, start with SQL, then start with Power BI. So then move on to advanced Power BI, then learn Fabric, then learn Python along with this thing, then do the projects, then apply for the job. So the ideal time, if you can ask me, try to grab everything under 2 months, focus on the basic fundamentals, then try to spend another 2 months on understanding the core Power BI projects. Once the 4 months is over, then you spend another 2 months on core Fabric related projects. So in my opinion, it will take minimum 6 months, a maximum I don't have a number. It depends upon an individual skill set. So there are people, there may be they can grab an opportunity within 6 months or after 6 months, right? So there are people, they may take 12 months or more. So the ideal number should be minimum 6 months. You need this time to spend your journey and understanding of Fabric. So this is what is all about this video. And if you like this video, if you need these kind of more informative videos, just hit the subscribe to my channel. And if you need more Power BI related things, I have already posted, let's say how you can explain your project in an interview, the job strategies, the scenario based questions, everything is posted. So you can check out all this previous video. So thank you so much whoever watched till the end of this video, and I will looking your comments, what feedbacks can be done in this video or upcoming videos. So thank you so much everyone.